The story begins not with a blow, but with a celebration. In the heart of Enugu, the air was thick with the scent of jollof rice, expensive lace, and the sound of the ogene gong. It was the wedding of Obinna Uzoh and Adaugo Nnadi. Obinna was a man among men. He stood 6'2", with shoulders as broad as an Iroko tree and a voice that commanded the room. He was a self-made millionaire, a contractor who had successfully navigated the murky waters of government tenders to the village. He was the hero who had made it. Adaugo, on the other hand, was the rose of Enugu, a university graduate with a first-class degree in English literature. She had a grace that made people stop and stare. Her father, a retired principal, beamed with pride. He felt he was handing his daughter over to a king. During the traditional wedding, Obinna sprayed money like it was leaves falling from a tree in autumn. He promised Adaugo's family that she would never walk on thorns. "I have built a palace for your daughter," he declared, his arm wrapped tightly, perhaps a little too tightly, around her waist. "She will not walk. She will not stress. She will be the queen of the Uzoh dynasty." The crowd cheered. The women ululated. They told Adaugo, "You have found gold, my daughter. Hold him tight." 3 days after the wedding, the celebration ended, and the silence of their new mansion began. They were in a luxury resort in Obodo. Adaugo was dressed in a simple, elegant sundress, preparing for dinner. "Where are you going in that?" Obinna asked. His voice wasn't loud, but he had a new edge to it, like a knife being sharpened on a stone. "To dinner, Obinna. You said we were going to the terrace." Adaugo replied with a smile. "Oh, Obinna, don't be silly. It's just a dress." The laughter died instantly. Obinna grabbed her upper arm. It wasn't a hit, but his grip left a faint white mark on her skin. "I am not being silly. Go and change, now." Adaugo's heart hammered against her ribs. This wasn't the man who had danced with her under the stars 3 days ago. She changed the dress. She told herself it was just protective. She told herself it was because he loved her too much. By the time they returned to Enugu, the rules of the house were being written in invisible ink. Rule number 1. Adaugo was not to return to her teaching job. My wife cannot be collecting a pittance from the government. Rule number 2. Her phone was no longer private. He would check her messages while she showered. Rule number 3. Every naira she spent had to be accounted for. Adaugo found herself in a mansion with 5 bedrooms, 3 parlors, and a kitchen the size of her father's house, but she felt like a prisoner. She spent her days wandering the marble halls, waiting for the sound of his car at the gate. The neighbors saw her on the balcony and sighed with envy. "See Adaugo," they would say. "She is living the life of a goddess." They didn't see her in the evenings, sitting in the dark, trying to figure out why her perfect husband looked at her with such suspicion. They didn't see the way she began to stutter when he entered the room. Obinna didn't go to the bedroom. He sat in the parlor, the drawer open, the money counted. He was waiting. "Adaugo," he called out. The way he said her name made the hair on her neck stand up. "Come here. We need to talk about why there is a thief in my house." The air in the parlor was cold, despite the tropical heat outside. Obinna sat in his leather armchair, the desk lamp casting long, distorted shadows against the wall. On the glass table lay the housekeeping envelope, emptied and found out. Adaugo walked in, her footsteps hesitant. "Obinna, you are still awake?" "The money, Adaugo," he said, his voice a low, dangerous rumble. 5,000 naira is missing. I count everything. You know this. Adaugo swallowed hard. "My brother, Emeka, his taxi broke down. It's his only source of income. I just lent it to him, Obinna. I was going to tell you